How do you determine the oldest countries in the world? It's not as simple as looking at a map. Borders and governments change all the time. Take Russia, for example. Despite its rich history, it only became a country in 1991, after the Soviet Union dissolved. For this list, we looked at places with a documented history of government or large organized civilizations within areas similar to the boundaries of present-day countries. While historians might never agree on a single oldest country, each of the nations on this list is a strong contender. Number 10. San Marino. This tiny nation on the Italian peninsula holds the Guinness World Record for the oldest existing republic. Founded on September 3, 301 CE by Saint Marinus, San Marino has functioned as a self-governing republic since at least the 13th century CE. Its historic city center around Monte Titano is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and despite many challenges, San Marino has maintained its independence for centuries. Number 9. Japan. With a semi-mythical founding date in 660 BCE by Emperor Jimmu, Japan boasts the oldest continuous hereditary monarchy in the world. Despite uncertainties about its early unification, Japan's history stretches back to Paleolithic times, with the first inhabitants arriving via land connections from the Korean peninsula. Number 8. Mexico. The history of present-day Mexico can be traced back to the Olmec civilization, founded around 1200 BCE. The Olmecs influenced the later Mayan and Aztec cultures and are famous for their colossal basalt heads. They established the first form of writing in the Americas and participated in extensive trade networks. Number 7. Greece. The Mycenaean civilization, beginning around 1600 BCE, is the earliest form of government in present-day Greece. The Mycenaeans, with their fortified cities and extensive military activities, laid the foundations for what would become one of the most influential cultures in history. Their legacy continued even through Greece's Dark Age. Number 6. China. Government in China dates back to at least 1600 BCE with the Shang dynasty. This dynasty controlled much of present-day China, developing a calendar and the early writing system. The archaeological site Yinshu, the Shang dynasty's capital, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Number 5. Iraq. Often called the cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia's history includes the rule of Sargon, who united the region's city-states under the Akkadian Empire around 2334 BCE. This marks the beginning of one of the earliest forms of organized government. Number 4. Armenia. With a history dating back to 2492 BCE, according to historian Movses Koronatsi, recent genetic studies support the early origins of the Armenian people. This makes Armenia one of the world's oldest countries, with a history of genetic continuity for thousands of years. Number 3. India. The Indus Valley civilization, thriving from 2500 BCE, is one of the world's earliest extensive civilizations. Despite British colonial rule from 1858 to 1947, India regained its independence and continues to celebrate its long and diverse history. Number 2. Iran. The ancient kingdom of Elam, founded around 2600 BCE, had its capital at Susa, a site with urban life dating back to the 5th millennium BCE. Although little is known about Elamite culture due to limited materials, Iran's rich history makes it a contender for one of the world's oldest countries. Number 1. Egypt. Founded around 3150 BCE during the reign of Narmer, Egypt is the oldest country in the world if we accept this date. The Narmer Palette, a significant archaeological find, marks the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt, establishing the foundation of one of history's most influential civilizations. These 10 nations, with their deep-rooted histories and cultural legacies, remind us of the rich tapestry of human civilization. Which country do you think should be considered the oldest? Let us know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and share for more fascinating historical insights.